Hi there, hope you have a fantastic day today. This lesson, I will teach you how to differentiate involving exponential functions. And there is a PDF file versions on the description below for you to download so you can work with me. Otherwise, let's get into it. First one, to differentiate these kind of functions, we have one functions over the other. So therefore, we use quotient rule. Now, the quotient rule is this. We have y is equal to u over v, or v over u, doesn't really matter, okay? So we differentiate this, we differentiate the top functions, that is u, we differentiate u, give me u dash. And then we times the bottom functions, that is v. Then we minus, we differentiate the bottom function, so differentiate v, will give me v dash. So v dash, and then we times the top function, which is u. And then we over the bottom function square, that is v squared. So now we just differentiate the top functions first. So y dash is equal to, so to differentiate exponential functions, so we have y equal e to the fx. Now we differentiate the fx, which is the power, so that becomes f dash x, and then we times by the function itself like this, okay? So keep that in mind. So now we're going to differentiate the top functions. To differentiate that, we differentiate the power. So 2x minus 5. So differentiate that, give me 2. So let me just write this down. So that give me 2. And then we times by the functions. Because this is f dash x. So we just times e to the 2x minus 5. Then we have to times by the bottom function. So the bottom function is x. So we just times by x. And then we minus differentiate the bottom function. So the differentiate x, it give me 1. So which is minus 1 times by the top functions, that is u. So times by the top functions, which is e to the 2x minus 5. So there you go. So we have differentiate the top functions, it give me this, and then we times by the second functions, it give me this. And then we minus u dash, differentiate this, give me 1. And we times by u, give me that. So now what we need to do is we just over the bottom function square, that is x. So we square that, give me x squared. So that is x squared. So there you go. So now what I do, I just simplify this a bit further. So I just 2 times x, so give me 2x. And then times by e to the 2x minus 5. Minus, so 1 time e to the 2x minus 5 is equal to e 2x minus 5. And I just write over x squared. So there you go. Now what I do, I can just simplify a little bit further by taking out the common factor. So you can see the common factor is e to the 2x minus 5. And this is e to the 2x minus 5. So we just take the common factor out. Now to take a common factor out, remember when you expand brackets with time. So when we factorize, we divide. So this will give me e to the 2x minus 5 bracket. So we have 2x e to the 2x minus 5. So if I take common factor out, so I divide it by e to the 2x minus 5. So that cancel out, okay? So inside here, leave with 2x. And we minus. And the second term, we have e to the 2x minus 5, and then we divide by 2x minus 5. So that cancel out, that will give me 1. So the second term is 1, and we over x squared. But then I'm going to rewrite increasing power, okay? It's look more simpler, that's all. So that also give me 2x minus 1, and then e to the 2x minus 5. Over x squared. So there you go. Part B. Again, we use exactly the same rule because we have one functions over the other functions. So we have y is equal to u over v. So y dash is differentiate the top functions times the bottom functions, that is v. We minus differentiate the bottom functions, which is v dash. And we times the top functions over the bottom function squared. So please keep that in mind. So now to differentiate top, so we just have y dash is equal to, So to differentiate 3x squared, so we bring the 2 down. So 2 times 3 is 6. So the 2 minus 1 is 1. So left with 6x. And then differentiate x, it give me 1. And we differentiate 1 is equal to 0. So that's it. Then don't forget, we need to times the bottom functions. And because it's 6x plus 1 is more than one term, don't forget to bracket it, okay? So times by e to the 4x plus 3. So now we have differentiate the top times the bottom. So we have that one here. Now we minus differentiate the bottom functions or the denominator if you like. So we differentiate that. So we have y is equal to e to the fx. To differentiate the exponential functions, y dash for this is f dash x e to the fx. So now we just minus differentiate the power. So that give me 4. Because 4x plus 3, we differentiate that, give me 4. So 4, that is f dash x. So we times by the function itself. So 4x plus 3. And don't forget, we need to times the top functions. And the top function is more than one term. We need to bracket it, okay? So that is bracket 3x squared plus x minus 1. And don't forget, we need to over the bottom square. So which is e to the 4x plus 3. And we square it. Now we just need to tidy it up. To tidy it up, so what we need to do is we just take out the common factor for the top and the bottom, which is simplify a little bit further. So the common factor is this. So if we take it out, that will give me e to the 4x plus 3. We just do a rectangle bracket because otherwise too many brackets together is the same. So 6x plus 1. Okay, we take that out. So left with minus 4. So this is gone. So that leave with 4 brackets 3x squared plus x minus 1. And then we bracket over the bottom square is this. So we have a power of m power of n. So if we times them up, so that become a, which is m times n. Okay, this is the rule. So therefore we have 2 times 4x plus 3. And don't forget, you need to bracket it. So that will give me 8x plus 6. So that is becomes e to the 8x plus 6. So now we need to simplify a little bit further. So now to do this, this power is more than this. So which is 8x plus 6 minus 4x plus 3. So I just write this down so you can see. So like plus 6 minus, of course, more than one term, we have to bracket it. So like this, okay? So that will give me 8x plus 6. I just remove the bracket first. So minus 3. So this cancel with that. So will give me 4x. And this cancel with that, give me 3. So the bottom becomes 4x plus 3. So that is equal to e to the 4x plus 3. Now the top, we just remove the bracket first, okay? So that will give me 6x plus 1. Now I just remove these brackets. So that give me minus 12x squared. And this time that, give me minus 4x. And this time this, 4. So now what I do, I collect like terms on the numerator or the top if you like. So we have 6 minus 4. So it give me 2. So therefore 2x. And then the 12x squared, 12x squared. And then we have 1 minus 4. So that is plus over e to the 4x plus 3. So there you go. Please pause the video and try this one yourself. Hi there, I'm back. How do you go? So let me go through them with you, okay? Before I do that, please do not forget to give me a thumb up and subscribe if you haven't done so you can help me to grow my channel. So let's get into it. So first one. So we know that we have to use quotient rule because one functions over the other. So we have y is u over v. So y dash is u dash times the v, which is the bottom functions. We minus differentiate the bottom functions and we times the top over the bottom square, that is v square. So now to differentiate the top, so we have y is equal to 3 minus 2x. We differentiate that, give me negative 2. So we differentiate top, give me negative 2. So y dash is negative 2. And don't forget, we need to times the bottom functions. So the bottom function is e to the 5x. And we minus differentiate the bottom functions. So to differentiate that, so we use this rule, y is equal to e to the fx. So differentiate that, we differentiate the power, that is f dash x. And then we times by itself like this. So now to differentiate fx, so this is fx. So differentiate 5x will give me 5. So that is 5. And times by the function itself, which is 5x there. And then don't forget, we need to times by the top functions. So which is 3 minus 2x. And then we over the bottom square. So that is e 5x all square. So now you can see the common factor on top here is e to the 5x. So we can just take it out. Otherwise, you can also expand this first and then use collect like terms and then you factorize again, okay? So what I do instead, so I just take out common factor first. So e to the 5x and then left with negative 2 and you leave with minus 5 brackets 3 minus 2x over e to the 10x. The reason is we have a power of m power of n. So that becomes a power of m times n. So therefore, 2 times 5 is 10. So 10x, okay? So now what I do, I simplify further. So what I do here, because this is greater than 5x, so we use 10x minus 5x. So that will give me 5x. So let me just write this out. That becomes e to the 5x. Now the numerator there, I just remove these brackets, okay? Don't forget. So now what I do, negative 2, I just write this down. And then 5 times 3 is 15, but it's negative 15. And then 5 times 2 is 10, but negative times negative give a positive. So plus 10x. So there you go. So now just collect like terms, move a bit further up. So that y dash will give me, so I write 10x minus, so negative 2 minus 15 is minus 17. And over e to the 5x. So there you go. I hope you got it correct. Last one. So we same rule apply. So we differentiate the top functions. We times by the bottom minus differentiate the bottom. We times by the top and over the bottom square. Okay, just keep that in mind. So we just differentiate the top first. So we have y is e to the 4 minus 3x. So what we do, we differentiate the power and times by itself. So to differentiate 4 minus 3x, that will give me, so y dash will give me, differentiate this, give me negative 3. And then we times by itself. So which is e to the 4 minus 3x. So let me just write this down. Y dash is equal to negative 3 e to the 4 minus 3x. And then we times x squared minus 2. And then we minus, we differentiate the bottom. And the bottom is y equal x squared minus 2. Differentiate that, y dash give me 2x. And then differentiate 2 is 0. So the answer is 2x. So done with the bottom. Then don't forget, we need to times by the top function. So the top function is e to the 4 minus 3x. There you go. Over the bottom square. So which is x squared minus 2 all square. So now what I do, I can take out the common factor and simplify, okay? Now, if you do not want to take the common factor now, what you can do, again, you can expand first, and then you collect like terms, and then you simplify. But it's more process, that's all. But in this case, I just take out common factor, okay? So the common factor is this. So if I take that out, so that will give me e to the 4 minus 3x. So I take out the common factor, so this leave with -3, bracket x squared minus 2, and then minus 2x, and then over the x squared minus 2 all square. So there you go. Now what I do, I remove the brackets and then I collect like terms. So let me just move this up. So this will give me e to the 4 minus 3x, and we time this together, give me negative or minus 3x squared, and this time together give me 6, because a negative time a negative give you a positive, and then the minus 2x, we just write this down, and over x squared minus 2 all square. So now what I do to make it simpler, I just write this in front, okay? So just increasing power. It just look more simpler. That's all it is. So let me just rewrite this. And to rewrite this, I write the positive number first. So that is 6. And then we go minus 2x. Let's say increasing the power of x. So 3x squared. So it just looks simpler, that's all. So 4 minus 3x over x squared minus 2 all square. There you go. And I hope you got all of them correct. And thank you so much for watching. Bye.